In the silent expanse of the wild, a solitary figure moves with purpose. This is the lone wolf, separated from the pack, but no less powerful. It revels in the silence, finds strength in self-reliance, and cherishes the freedom that comes from being untethered. Much like this lone wolf, some of us walk our own path in life. Independent, resilient, and often misunderstood. They navigate the world in ways others may not understand. While pack mentality persists in much of society, lone wolves derive strength from roaming alone. They don't follow blindly or seek approval from others, but this does not mean they are totally isolated or antisocial. They are quite selective in who they open up to, always preferring quality over quantity. The lone wolves may have a few close friends, but they're typically comfortable alone and live life on their terms. While you may relate to these traits and characteristics, how would you know if you really are a lone wolf? Here are 10 obvious signs. 1. You prefer to stay under the radar, but always in control. You are often the quiet one in the room, always staying out of attention. You don't need to be center stage or take charge of a situation, but that doesn't mean you're not in control. You like to have an overview of situations without having to manage them directly. You prefer to go under the radar while keeping your finger on the pulse. You're comfortable letting others take the lead while you step back and assess. You are fully capable of leading and taking charge, but you don't feel the need to do it all the time. You know how to handle yourself in any given scenario without making a show of it. You can stay quiet and calm while still feeling empowered. People might think you're passive because you don't assert yourself, but you are actually confident and self-assured. You believe in your own power and don't need to make a big splash to prove it. Hidden leadership suits you just fine. 2. You experience intense emotions but keep them to yourself. As someone who prefers the solo path, you experience emotions deeply, whether it's happiness, sadness, anger, or any other feeling. Your rich inner world is filled with strong sentiments. However, you rarely show these emotions openly or seek support from others. Lone wolves value their privacy when it comes to vulnerability. They may have learned early on that revealing their feelings only brings more emotional pain, so they keep their emotions locked away, hidden from the outside world. They may talk it out with a few close friends, but their deepest feelings remain intact for the most part. They would rather keep it to themselves than risk further pain by opening up to the wrong people. Preserving their independence and self-reliance is their utmost priority. Lone wolves are used to handling their emotions on their own. While this may sound like a lonely trait, it can be quite empowering for those who accept and honor their inner world. They are their own best friend, and that's how they prefer it. 3. You prefer to observe rather than participate. People often think you're rude because you choose to sit back and watch instead of joining in. But you're actually a keen observer who prefers surveying the scene. You gain energy and insight from quietly observing. You instinctively hang back and take everything in when you're in a group. Participating can feel draining while watching recharges you. People may mistake your observation for aloofness, but you're fully engaged in your own reflective way. Your observations let you notice things others miss in their rush to participate. You pick up on subtle cues and understand social situations in ways extroverts may not. Observation helps you learn, fuels your creativity, and allows you to assess situations before acting. Lone wolves thrive when they can watch from the sidelines, only interacting when truly compelled. For you, rich observation is participation. 4. You avoid the spotlight and don't need validation from others. Unlike most people, lone wolves don't seek the spotlight and attention. While some crave validation and praise from others, that's just not your style. You march to the beat of your own drum and don't rely on other people's opinions to feel good about yourself. Your self-worth comes from within. You know who you are and what you stand for, so outside approval means little. Being in the spotlight drains your energy quickly. Public recognition makes you uncomfortable, so you try to avoid it whenever possible. Lone wolves find satisfaction in their accomplishments, not applause. They don't need pats on the back or likes on social media to know they've done good work. Quietly making your contribution and moving on suits you better. You might have one or two friends to share your achievements with, but anything beyond that feels like too much. You'd rather celebrate your victories privately. 5. You're socially attuned, yet quite selective. While lone wolves value their alone time, they're also pretty good at understanding social dynamics. After spending a lot of time on their own, they've become masters at reading people. So when they need to, they can handle social situations very well. They know how to blend in, make small talk, and pick up on social cues, even if being social can be draining. But here's the thing. Lone wolves are picky about who they let into their inner circle. They don't just open up to anyone emotionally. They choose friends and partners who get their introverted needs and respect them for who they are. They don't want someone trying to change or fix them by pushing them to be more social. The lone wolves form strong bonds with only a few special people who understand them. They know how rare it is to find good friends, so they value those connections deeply while still needing their alone time to recharge. 6. Working alone boosts your creativity. Lone wolves value their alone time above all else. Your alone time is crucial for your creative process. Your most innovative ideas come when you work in isolation, away from distractions and demands. The freedom to follow your inspiration down unexpected paths fuels your innovation. You don't need conversations or collaborations to spark ideas. Too much interaction hampers your original thinking. You need the mental space that solitude provides. When given long, uninterrupted stretches, you tap into creative states of flow. Your best work, in all areas, doesn't come from group brainstorming, but from the magic of working alone. Your alone time lets your imagination wander and make unexpected connections. Without pressure from others, you can listen to your inner creative whispers. Every lone wolf knows that their most brilliant ideas and innovations flow out during moments of solitary reflection and expression, not groupthink. For the lone wolf, creativity and solitude are powerfully intertwined. 7. You value quality over quantity. One of the biggest signs of being a lone wolf is valuing quality connections over casual acquaintances. While some people collect friends like trophies, you take a different approach. You prefer deep relationships over having a wide circle. Having just a few close friends who truly know and appreciate you means more than having hundreds of casual friends. You give your full presence and emotional investment to your cherished friends and loved ones. Large groups drain you, but spending an evening with your close friends energizes you. Whether it's friendships or romantic partners, you prioritize quality over quantity. This selectivity extends to other areas of your life too. Instead of juggling multiple tasks, you'd rather focus all your energy on a single project. Patience and attention to detail matter more to you than simply churning out work. You're willing to spend enough time alone perfecting your craft. Your goal is not just productivity, but producing excellent work, even if you're the only audience. In all aspects of life, you'll always choose quality over quantity. 8. You feel a strong connection to nature. Lone wolves often feel a strong connection to nature and the outdoors. You love exploring remote places, away from the hustle and bustle of cities and towns. Out in nature, you find deep peace and tranquility that can't be found elsewhere. Being surrounded by trees, plants, animals, rivers, mountains, or beaches restores your energy and helps you reconnect with yourself. Whether it's a forest, wilderness area, or beach, you often find solace in nature and its simple beauty. Nature is a perfect antidote to the business of life. You don't need to do anything but be present and soak up the wonders of your natural environment. Nature reminds you that there's a larger world outside your own worries and concerns. Nature also helps you regain perspective and appreciate life's small moments. You can feel a sense of freedom and inner peace that only nature can provide, reminding you of your place in the world. This connection to nature is essential to your identity as a lone wolf. It's not just a place to escape, but rather a source of comfort and joy. Many people simply can't understand this connection, thinking you're a bit strange or weird. But that's okay. You really don't care what the world thinks. 9. You're an independent thinker. Unlike most people, you don't accept things at face value. You think for yourself and question everything. You're not afraid to challenge the status quo or go against the grain if your inner voice tells you to do that. You may not always have all the answers, but you know how to find them. Your ability to think outside the box is one of your greatest assets. It's what sets you apart from other people and helps you come up with innovative solutions. You don't need approval or validation from others. Your own opinion is enough for you. That's why no one can manipulate or control you. You're a free thinker and always will be. In a world filled with conformity and mediocrity, your uncompromising spirit is an inspiration to many. Even if it means being alone, you'd rather take the path less traveled than blindly follow the herd. You don't like to be constrained by rules or expectations, especially when they don't align with your values. While others may label you as an outsider, you take pride in your independent thinking and never give up on it. It's not easy being a lone wolf sometimes, but it's worth it. 10. You take time for self-reflection and introspection. Solitary self-reflection comes naturally to you as a lone wolf. You're not afraid to look inside and examine your thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Your alone time is when you deeply reflect on yourself, life, and the world around you. Taking time for self-reflection has many benefits. It helps you find clarity in difficult situations, boosts your creativity and productivity, and strengthens your relationships. You can use reflection to get to the bottom of your deepest desires and values, enabling you to make better decisions in life. Introspection also unleashes your creativity as you dive below the surface and make connections others may miss. Without sufficient alone time, you grow restless, scattered, and disconnected from your center. But when you retreat into reflective modes, you gain self-knowledge and strength. Your inner landscape reveals truths that spur growth. And the more you explore it, the richer your life becomes. Self-reflection is not just a luxury for the lone wolf. It's a necessity.